So I thought I would revisit some of the properties I had Davide Mengoli with Salento With Love look at or view remotely, and just to talk about the process at the time and what I was thinking and what I liked about the property. Welcome to Casa Stefano. This is my story of buying a house in Italy, sight unseen, during the pandemic, and the adventure of renovating the house and exploring the Salento in southern Puglia.
Please don't tell me you want me to step in there again, because I'm not doing it. I'm not wearing the right shoes for it. That was a fantastic. Well, it happens all the time that I step into properties and the realtor goes, "Well, if you want to do it yourself at your own risk, I'm not going in." I say, "Yeah, don't worry."
Yeah, if you've seen, I think it's episode 2, where Davide is viewing some houses I had selected. It was
Well, I believe it was this one. It could have been. No.
I believe it was this one right here.
It's still
Yeah,
there.
it's still here, and yeah. So what I liked about this is it's very close to the Centro Storico, but just outside, so not as expensive. Not much to look at from the outside, but what was inside was pretty interesting. You kind of had to look past the pigeon waste,
which he was.
the
I
gifts.
If I remember right, I think my shoe just literally sunk in it.
Yeah, and if you look at the video, you'll see it. The Cimentina looks like it's covered with dust, and that's not dust. It's the pigeons, but it was really quite beautiful. Lovely vaults. It had a small solar area, but I think that the caution that that anyone can provide who's thinking about picking up a property is the amount that the restoration would cost for a property like that. It really sometimes makes more sense to look for something that's a little more livable and from the beginning.
I think a lot of people underestimate the restorations, and sometimes when you look at properties like this, I'm looking at the front here, I can't see the metal well with the sewer. It means that the property is not connected to the water and the sewer. Already that, apart from a cost element, which could be a couple of €1,000 in applications, you're looking at a time of anything between 6 months to 12 months to get it connected. And quite a long process. So sometimes even elements like that, but if it is a beautiful property, then sometimes there's a lot of things that you just have to make that extra sacrifice.
And if you watch the video that Davide took when he walked through the house, the bathroom was in the back.
Yes.
And like most of the time, they're in the back. So you have to come all the way through the front, and that means you're tearing up the floor, and it's a considerable amount of work. So yeah, that was cosmetically that can be fixed easily. So but it was great fun seeing Davide walk through the pigeon house.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting to look at the process, because I think I was quite honest with my advice on a property like this, and what you've ended up for a similar amount of money, or probably a little bit more. So sometimes it's important not to get fixated on a property just because it has some elements of some features. Those features can be reproduced or can be brought into another property that has less issues.
So we're coming up on the property I almost purchased, and we actually put a bid on that was rejected. And it's this property here. This is The property on Spiritu Santo.
Again, two big rooms with a partition in the middle, but star-shaped ceilings. So we've got just a partition that can come off. And then this little room here, which is flat roof, which could become a bathroom. So technically you've got two big rooms, a courtyard coming in, and then this area here is the one that we were looking at, the roof above. So both rooms actually have natural light, one getting it from the back and one getting it from the front, and the private courtyard, and then the room upstairs which you can reach through an independent set of stairs.
So let's find Davide, and he's getting lost in the architecture of the area. And that's one thing about these towns. You wander the streets and you find amazing things. So, talk to me about Spiritu Santo.
Well, I mean, I think you came that close to this one. And yeah, well, you put an offer in. I can see work has actually started. We can probably pull that off and spy and see what's been happening under there. But yeah, you put an offer in. You went really hard with your offer. And I think you were right on with the price that you were offering. And they turned the offer down. There was very little negotiations. And you walked away, which you did a great thing, walking away. Sometimes you've got to learn to walk away.
But this house had some interesting features. I think, you know, what would motivate me to... It looks nondescript here from the street, but I think we'll walk around the corner and talk about what we see.
So they've connected it to the water, they've connected it to the...
They have. So they've come and they've done the work.
Water. They've done the work.
Did they channel through the...
Yeah, they must have channeled through here. The moment is like
This would be the next property, so I wonder
building site of the Lomex.
I wonder how they connected through. This is a different property here. This was this box here on the corner.
This was the remain.
So this is what I found fascinating, was this ancient room that's up here on the top. This clearly was part of some older structure, and Davide was the one who found
Isn't that
this
incredible?
right here.
Things like this, they should be preserved, but sometimes when you have so much of something, you just tend to probably not putting the right value on things, and
Right.
Italy's got so much history, but it's incredible. This is 14th to 15th century, still has some of the writing there, or the probably Greek.
Yeah, and the access to that structure was actually through this door right here.
So we go through here. I'll discuss some options. We go through these stairs here and up, and now we're into ancient mode here. This is a beautiful part of the building. If you buy the property, make sure you do something with this door, otherwise I will. And we're getting into this space now. If you look at from the map, we're outside the boundaries of your building, of the building that we have downstairs. This is a very ancient, beautiful room that has been left here. And then from here we go outside onto the roof terrace. Again, this roof terrace belongs to the property next door, but you have the rights over the whole roof terrace. And then, well, here we're looking down into your courtyard.
So no regrets, but it was a fascinating house, and I assume somebody got a pretty nice deal. They've got a great terrace. They've got a really cool feature up there, and that's the thing with these properties. They've all got something interesting, some secret, and you know, that's what fascinated me. So I love so many of these properties. There's so many interesting features, but I think I made the right choice ultimately. What do you think? Leave your comments below, and once again, thanks for watching, and thanks to Salento With Love and Davide Mengole. Links below if you're interested in property in the Salento and anywhere else in Italy for that matter, particularly really interesting historic homes. Again, thanks.
So what we're going to do now, it's really what makes my work, which is searching and inspecting, investigating a property, and then advising the client. So today you're going to do what I do, okay? And this is just for your channel. So imagine now, people say to you, Stephen, what do you have for me? And Stephen says, everything. Including a Fiat Panda.
So I get to walk through the house.
Yes, you're going to do the walk through the house, okay, advising your clients. So the way it works is that somebody approaches us, approaches you, saying, I want to buy a house there and do exactly what you've done. So you say to them, okay, I'm going to go out and give you a bunch of options for you to choose from. Because, you know, it's nice, Stephen, to be in a position that you make the final choice rather than somebody saying to you, this is the right property for you. So after you've given them the range of choices, then they'll come back to you and say, what about this one, that one, or maybe the other one? And you say, okay, I'll go and have a look at them for you. And then what do? Exactly what we're going to do now. So they've selected this particular property, and now you're going to go and walk through, totally independent advice. What you see is what you're going to transfer to your potential viewer. Yeah, let's do that.